All right, hello and welcome back to the MLB 2026 breakdown. I'm working on the National League West now as I'm skipping the Central because the Brewers are in the Central and I want to save them for last. So, we'll start with the Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks are probably the most interesting case when you look at it. As their lineup currently sit with Rodolfo Perdomo had a breakout year last year with not a ton of power, but like he just put the ball in play and was generally just really, really good. Arguably the best second baseman in the game. I would probably say probably true. With Ketel Marte, Corbin Carroll. I know he's slated to maybe miss some time before opening day with that broken bone in his hand. But it shouldn't be too long. Really good outfield, obviously Corbin Carroll, Gabriel Moreno behind the dish. Nolan Arenado at third base, traded over from the Cardinals. Arenado was kind of funny that he's back with the D-backs. So, or not Arenado. I'm thinking of Goldschmidt. No, Arenado. Back in the National League West though. Then you got Carlos Santana over at first base. Pavin Smith as the DH, although it sounds like he'll probably get mainly against right-handed pitching. Jordan Lawler, and then Alek Thomas. I don't even know about Lawler, honestly, at all. Didn't play many games, so good. Interesting to have him. So looks like the outfield's a little bit weak. It's 240. Not a great OPS, but like 249 batting average and 433 at bats is not nothing. Just didn't really produce a lot. Oh, it's not bad. So, I mean, like, that's a pretty good lineup in all honesty. It's like, I know Arenado and Santana, I don't know what you're hoping to get out of them. Arenado's definitely on the tail end of his career. Still decent, and still a Gold Glove winner at third base many times over. Carlos Santana, I mean, I assume that Santana will get starts against lefties in first base, and Pavin Smith will probably not be in the lineup, and then Smith will probably take over first base a lot of other times. Kind of opens up the DH spot. So, I don't know. I mean, it's a solid lineup. Your top like 4 or 5 guys are pretty good. A little work to be done in the outfield without, I was like, minus Corbin Carroll. And hopefully he won't be out for too long if he isn't ready for opening day. It sounds like he's not expected to play opening day. Oh, that's something. The rotation is Zach Gallen, Ryan Nelson, Brandon Praft. I don't know how to say that name. Eduardo Rodriguez and Michael Soraka. And obviously, at some point, I think they're expected to get Corbin Carroll back. Or Corbin Burns back. Corbin Burns. Come back around the All-Star break. So they're expecting him around the All-Star break. Okay. That's about the time to get hurt. So, yeah. See what you get back from him. Probably pretty good. Because I like Burns, and Burns is great. They also signed Merrill Kelly, but it's not looking like he'll be ready for opening day. So, in theory, your top 3 are going to be Zach Gallen, Corbin Burns, and Merrill Kelly at some point, each just keeping it up. National League West is going to be an absolute dogfight for who's going to win that, because while the Dodgers are probably still the favorite to win it, and probably rightfully so, Diamondbacks could make a push. Probably not going to get there, but I mean, seems so weird because the lineup is good. The main problem they had last year is that the pitching really was bad, and it wasn't keeping them in games, and that's why they just ended up losing a lot of games. And I could see the same thing happening again this year, but I'd have to believe they're going to be at least a little bit better. So they'll probably have them definitely not winning the West. Third place? Fourth? Weird to say that, but this division is another one of those divisions that should be pretty tough. With the Nationals, the Giants, and the Padres all in there. So it's like, where does that leave the Diamondbacks? And I go, I don't know. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a dogfight. So we shall see. I think that this is a pretty good Diamondbacks year that's looking to be competitive again, unlike they were last season. So, well, next up is the Dodgers. Dodgers are obviously, back-to-back World Series winners. Lineup is, Shohei Ohtani, Kyle Tucker, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Will Smith, Max Muncy, Teoscar Hernandez, Andy Pages, and Miguel Rojas. Second base. That's really what they have at second base? I was like, what happened to Edman? Oh, Edman's expected to begin the season. Ankle surgery. Oh, okay. Rojas is expected to play second. The savior of the World Series, Game 7. There. I mean, what's there to say? This is the same team, basically. This is the same team the Dodgers had, except they added Kyle Tucker, which in theory should add to their totals and everything like that. And they're the favorite to win the West, if not to win the whole damn thing again, just because of Ohtani and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, I mean, if the bottom, like, because last year it was like, oh, the bottom four were producing. Betts was coming off probably, I don't know, he just had a tough stretch through. Like, just before the All-Star break and just after the All-Star break, he was just having a rough stretch. I don't know. It's like, he'll come back. He's a really good player, and I don't expect that to continue and stuff like that. Overall, when you look at this lineup, I mean, it's good. Really good. Dodgers are the highest spending team for a reason. So, when it comes to that, I mean, and the rotation's just as good. You got Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Tyler Glasnow, Shohei Ohtani, Emmett Sheehan, Hiroki Sasaki, which I'm a little surprised to be in the starting role. But I guess when you have Edwin Diaz from the back end, they feel like they've unlocked Sasaki again, so I guess that makes sense. Snell, it says, has officially been ruled out. It gives them more time to ramp up. I mean, I could see a 6-man rotation for the Dodgers with Ohtani. They're probably one of the few teams that I think could actually make a 6-man rotation work just because of Ohtani. All these teams that say, like, oh, we're going to have a 6-man rotation. I'm like, you're going to be down a whole pitcher, basically. And it's like, well, it's to lighten the load. And I go, I mean, yes, but at the same, I don't know. It's fine. Or whatever. Dodgers are the team to beat. No doubt about it. I like myself, like a lot of people will have the Dodgers winning the West. Maybe not handily, but I think they should win it by a decent margin. Like, at least 5 games. Do I have them winning 100 games? Theoretically, you probably should, but we haven't had a 100-game winner in 3-4 years now. Sounds right. Maybe even longer, honestly. Maybe 5. The 2001, was that when the Dodgers and Giants both had like 106 wins or something like that? I think it might have been. Thing is, like, injuries happen. So, injuries happen, and then guys struggle, and so on and so forth. So, while they should win a good amount of games, if not be the team to beat again. And the thing is, like, you add a guy like Kyle Tucker, does the team get better? Yes, the team gets better. Do I think it fixes all the problems? No. I think the outfield, like, Teoscar is fine. Defensively, he's kind of bad. But moving him from right field to left field is probably better. In essence, Andy Pages is probably your best defensive outfielder. You got Edwin Diaz on the back end. Yeah, this is the team to beat. Everything like that. What's more to say about the Dodgers? They are the team. Then we move on to the Giants, which is interesting. Giants, the current lineup is Luis Arraez at second base, Rafi Devers at first, Willy Adames at short, Matt Chapman at third, Jung-Hoo Lee in right, Elliot Ramos in left, Harrison Bader in center. I forgot they signed Bader. Bryce Eldridge, and then DH and Patrick Bailey behind the plate. Sorry, I have to sneeze. But it's funny that everyone keeps talking about how with Arraez, one of the best contact hitters, should help. Swing and miss, like they were saying here, it's like the swing and miss tendencies of like sluggers like Devers, Adames, Chapman, giving them the much needed dimension. In 2026, I'm like, I look at it like this. It's like there's a reason why a lot of teams weren't super interested in Arraez. And yes, he gets on base. Yes, he's a singles machine, basically. He doesn't strike out a lot. It's very rare to see him strike out twice in a game and stuff like that. He's just such a one-dimensional character. Like, he doesn't play good defense. He doesn't run the bases. He gets singles. He doesn't hit doubles. He barely hits home runs. And it's like, I don't think I have him hitting a single home run at Dodgers or at the Giants Oracle Park. Like, I don't have him hitting a single one, not one. That's crazy. So it's just like, and it's like you look at that infield. I'm like, Devers at first base. I mean, it's a position that he's at least had an offseason to kind of figure out now. Adames struggled kind of defensively at shortstop. Arraez is not great. So that's 3 of your 4 infielders that are already not the greatest when it comes to defense. You're like, yeah, you have a Gold Glove third baseman, and Matt Chapman, who's been really good for you, and stuff like that. But it's like, man, lineup's looking better, hitting wise. Still question a lot of things, but overall, it's looking better. Lineup rotation is Logan Webb, Robbie Ray, Tyler Molly. How do you say that name? I don't know. Was it the Reds? God, he bounced around. He was with the Rangers last year. Made 16 starts, 218 ERA. That's pretty crazy. We gave it the 5 home runs in 86 and 2 2/3 innings. Not bad. Not bad. That's a good addition to your rotation, I guess. Like, that is his best year he's ever had, though. Well, minus the Cincinnati, but you only made 4 starts, so does that really count? Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, that's a solid one. Adrian Hauser and then Landell Rupp. Don't know. 22 starts with 380, 106 innings. How many homers did he give up? 11? Terrible. Not great, but it's not terrible. You can live with that. So it's a pretty solid rotation, I guess. Do I have the Giants finishing second in the West? Can I realistically put them there? Was it the Padres that finished second last year? Ended up losing to the Cubs in the wild card game. It's tough because it's like Devers, Adames, and Chapman are going to give you a ton of pop at a park. I mean, Adames hit 30 home runs, first Giant to do that since Barry Bonds last year. So, and I'm Bader to be the outfielder that he was for Padres and stuff like that, and the Twins. I don't know. Arraez didn't work out too well in, with San Diego. I don't know what the Giants make him so much for, I guess. I mean, like I said, he gets on base. He doesn't run out. Like, thing is like, every time I watched a Padres game with Arraez, I'm like, man, he hits a ball, and it's like, the guy bobbles it, and he's not even at first base. I'm like, how can you? And it's like, and then he shows he's not even running. It's like, bro, you got to run, especially in a wild card game. Like literally, there's twice that like Dansby threw him out running to first base because he just didn't run it out. Like you're in a win or go home scenario. Fucking run. I don't know. Maybe that's a wake up call. I don't know. It's like you're gonna get like a batting champion or whatever on your team, and I go, I don't know. And I was like, what was that? What was that? What was his face? The guy who came up was really good for him. The Giants. I don't remember what his name was. Gave like just a ton of energy to the team and everything like that. And I'm like, why is that guy not in this lineup? As he is this Bryce Eldridge? Is that who that was? No. Well, that wasn't him. I don't know. I don't know who's on their back end of their bullpen either. So, a lot of questions to be had for this Giants team. I was probably have them finishing second, maybe third in this division. Depends on how good the Padres actually are. So, speaking of the Padres, you got Xander Bogaerts over at short. You got Jackson Merrill in center. Manny Machado over at third. Tatis and right. Ramon Laureano. That's the one guy they got from Baltimore last year, wasn't it? Yes, it was. What was he? He was like 50 games, 9 home runs, 30 RBIs. And ended up being an 812. That was pretty good. It turns out it was pretty good. Nick Castellanos, they signed to the 1-year contract after the departure from the Phillies. Jake Cronenworth, Miguel Andujar to play first base. Really? I guess it kind of makes sense, but I was wondering what they were going to do with first base, but I guess they're going to put Miguel Andujar there. And Freddie Fermin. Yeah, I mean, you should win a good amount of games with like Machado, like Merrill, Machado, and Tatis, and then you throw in like Ramon Laureano and maybe some decent productivity from Castellanos. Should be solid. Should be really good. So, and I was like, I remember Gavin Sheets being good here, but it says it's like, Gavin Sheets will probably get more starts at first base against right-handed pitching, when Miguel Andujar will get against lefties. That makes sense. He was known as the lefty killer, so that makes sense. Rotation is Nick Pivetta, who had a kind of a breakout year last year. Michael King, Joe Musgrove, Randy Vasquez, and Herman Marquez. Why do I remember this name? God, because he was in Colorado for all those years. Oh, man. Why do the Padres like this guy? 3-16 last year. Now, granted, you're at the Rockies, but still, it's like with a 6.70 ERA. Ooh, mama. Wild. Okay. Sure. Canning will miss this rest start of the season as he recovers from an Achilles. Marquez becomes one of the primary contenders for the spot in the back end of the opening day rotation. Okay, fair enough. Padres. I don't really know how to feel about the Padres. They got Mason Miller obviously in the back end. They traded for him last season. Gave up the number 3 overall prospect in baseball. Should be good. In theory. Should be. You have the new. Forget who did they promote? Who did they promote? Did they promote from within it from manager? Because I was like, I think they might have. That might change things as well. I just don't know how Castellanos is really going to do with the Padres. I mean, it's going to be an interesting dynamic between the two. Between all three, you have like your big stars. I mean, Xander has not been great for the Padres, that's for sure. I always feel about the Padres. I'm like, you look at this lineup and he's like, it should be better than it is, and then I go, made wild card. because there's nothing that really tells me that they shouldn't do that again. At least probably make a wild card. They're gonna finish ahead of the Giants. Forgot the Giants brought in a new manager too. Who's the college guy that was like really good. In theory, he should be pretty good. Dog's barking upstairs. Barking at what? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, solid. Second, third. Depends on where the Giants are. I think it'll be. Like I said, like this is the Padres' division to lose, pretty much. And if they just don't stay healthy, then that's going to be the case. Lastly, we have the Rockies. Obviously, they are not good. They have not been a good team for some years now, and it'll probably continue this year. But we'll go through it. Jake McCarthy, they got from, I believe, the Diamondbacks, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he was not good for the Diamondbacks last year, so I'm not surprised they moved on from Ezequiel Tovar, probably one of their better hitters in this lineup. And even that wasn't that very good. Boy, I said that and then I looked at his numbers and I went, ooh, maybe not. Mickey Moniak, Hunter Goodman, who I think had a sneaky good year last year, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 31 home runs, 91 RBIs. Yeah, sneaky good year for them. Brendan Doyle, who really did not have a good last year either, after having a pretty good 2024 season. So I think the Rockies and that are hoping that he's going to kind of turn it around or have a better year this year. Still really good defensively in that outfield, but you need to pick it up from his bat. And you'd think with all these guys or whatever that it's like you play at Rocky Stadium where it's so easy to hit home runs. I'm like, hit some home runs, bro. Julian, or what was it, Edmund Julian or whatever? I don't even know who this is. Who the heck is this? Maybe the Twins? The greatest. Okay. Sure. Don't know who that is, but you know what? And Tyler Freeman. Weak. Probably the weakest lineup we've seen so far. And that's saying something over the White Sox, who actually felt like they tried a bit more this year. So, I mean, this will probably be easily the worst team in baseball, if not pretty close to it. It's gonna yeah. And then out the rotation is Kyle Freeland, probably their only good pitcher, and I say good in quotations. He had that one good crazy year, and then has not been great since. Like, what year was that? It was 2018. Pitched like 285 ERA with 202.1. Good Lord, he was good that year. And it's like to pitch in Colorado, and don't get me wrong, pitching in Colorado is tough. So, Michael Lorenzen, Ryan Fellner, Chase Dollander, and Tanner Gordman. I don't even know who half of those guys are. I know who Lorenzen is and Freeland. Everyone else is kind of like, what? I don't know. There's not much to say about the Phillies. Or Phillies. Not much to say about the Rockies. They're a bad team. They're going to continue to be bad. And I don't really know what their plan is. This team's definitely not going to be good. Do they lose 100 games? I hope not. But I mean, what they lost like 121 games last year. They were on pace to lose more games than the White Sox did the year prior, which set the record, or like tied a record or something like that. Let's not do that. You know, if you're the Rockies, I think that's your goal this year, is to not lose 120 games. I honestly, winning 63 games, I feel like shouldn't be that necessarily that hard, but I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here on the Rockies for too long. They're not really that great of a team. You're gonna try and get some some teams interested in some of your bigger some of your bigger players, Doyle, Jordan Beck, and I believe, and then Hunter Goodman, and just try and get some decent prospects back in return and try and build together a team. But oof, that is tough. So yeah, that's the NL West. Obviously, I still have the Dodgers over top. And then it can either be the Giants or Padres, probably followed by the D-backs. I just don't. The D-backs are such a hard team to evaluate and stuff like that. Like the rest of the West is pretty open. Other than the Rockies are definitely going to finish last. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really have much to say about the West because it's pretty boring and not really all that interesting to me. So yeah, so I'm gonna leave it. Thank y'all so much for watching. Be sure to check out the other ones I've done of this breakdown. I should be putting them out relatively soonish. Obviously before regular season, stuff like that. And yeah, we'll go from there. Anyway, until next time. Bye bye.